You have probably been told your whole life that Japanese cars are more reliable than American ones. Toyota lasts forever. Honda never breaks down. Buy American and you will end up on the side of the road. That belief is so widespread it has become almost a financial religion in this country, and it is costing buyers thousands of dollars a year because the data in 2024 does not actually back it up the way most people assume it does. Before we get into the numbers, if you want car buying advice built on actual data instead of 30-year-old rumors, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We cover real buying guidance with real numbers every week. No filler, no brand sponsorships, no dealer partnerships, just research. Now here is what the data shows. The reputation did not come from nowhere. In the 1980s and 90s, Japanese cars really were more reliable. American automakers had serious quality control problems, rushed designs, cost-cutting on components, and assembly line issues that showed up fast once cars were on the road. Toyota and Honda built cars that hit 200,000 miles when American cars were falling apart at 100,000. That was a real gap, and it was felt by real buyers who got burned. The problem is the car buying world remembered that gap and stopped paying attention to what happened next. The reputation calcified. It turned into received wisdom that gets passed from parents to kids at dealerships across the country. And it is now being used to price cars in a market where the underlying reality has changed significantly. In the 2022 Consumer Reports Reliability Rankings, Buick ranked #1 among mainstream brands in the US, not Toyota, Buick. Toyota came in second, which is still excellent, but when Buick is sitting above them in the most trusted consumer reliability survey in the country, that tells you something real about where things stand. The J.D. Power 2023 Initial Quality Study measuring owner-reported problems in the first 90 days of ownership ranked Dodge third overall. Ram ranked as the top full-size truck in its segment. Toyota did not appear near the top. The J.D. Power 2024 Vehicle Dependability Study had Buick and Chevrolet outperforming Honda and Toyota in their segments. This is not one outlier year. These results have been converging for the better part of a decade. Now here is the section most car channels skip entirely. Because it is uncomfortable to say, these are specific, documented, confirmed problems in Japanese vehicles that buyers are routinely ignoring because the brand name gives them a false sense of security. The Honda CR-V from 2017 through 2021, with the 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, has a confirmed oil dilution issue. Gasoline gets into the engine oil, especially in cold climates. Honda acknowledged the problem. A class action lawsuit was filed. The NHTSA complaint database has thousands of entries on this exact issue. When gasoline dilutes your oil, the engine stops lubricating correctly. Premature internal wear follows. If you live in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, or anywhere that sees serious winters, this is not an abstract risk. It is a known pattern on a specific engine that is currently sitting on used car lots priced as premium reliable. Transportation. Buyers are paying the Japanese reliability premium for a car with a documented reliability problem. That is the market reality right now. Honda CVT transmissions on the 2018 through 2022 Accord and Civic have a documented history of shuddering, hesitation, and premature wear. A CVT replacement runs between $3,500 and $5,000. Consumer Reports flagged these transmissions across multiple model years. That is not a footnote. That is a $4,000 repair risk on a car being sold as a benchmark for reliability. The Toyota RAV for the best-selling SUV in America from 2019 through 2022 had NHTSA investigations for stalling, fuel smell, and rough running. Toyota issued multiple technical service bulletins on these vehicles. The 2022 Tundra, completely redesigned with a new hybrid powertrain, scored below average reliability in its first year according to Consumer Reports. First-year buyers paid the full reliability premium for a truck that could not back it up in year one. Toyota has since worked through those issues, but the buyers who purchased early absorbed the risk without knowing they were taking it. Subaru deserves its own paragraph. The 2.5-liter EJ engine, used in the Outback, Forester, and Legacy through 2019, has one of the most thoroughly documented head gasket failure patterns in American automotive history. Repairs run $1,500 to $2,500. Every independent mechanic in this country knows this engine. The problem was so consistent across so many model years that it became a standard pre-purchase inspection item. And yet Subaru has been trading on a reliability image that its most common engine historically could not sustain. Now the other side of the ledger, honestly, RepairPal's 2023 data shows average annual repair costs of $441 for Toyota owners, $428 for Honda, $649 for Chevrolet, and $775 for Ford. American brands still cost more to maintain on average. That part of the traditional wisdom holds. But here is the context that number needs. Those brand averages include vehicles going back years, older platforms from an era when American quality genuinely trailed. When you narrow the window to 2020 through 2024, the gap tightens considerably. On specific models, it disappears entirely. The Ford Maverick Hybrid has earned strong reliability ratings from Consumer Reports and multiple owner surveys over its first 2 years on sale. It also returns 42 miles per gallon in the city, better than the Honda HR-V and the Toyota Corolla Cross. The redesigned 2024 Chevy Trax has been well reviewed and starts under $21,000. Buick routinely offers features standard wireless Apple CarPlay, larger infotainment screens, available driver assistance that Toyota and Honda charge extra for at the same price point. Here is where this directly hits your wallet. According to iSeeCar's analysis from 2023, U.S. buyers pay a reliability premium of $3,000 to $7,000 more for used Japanese vehicles over comparable American alternatives. A used 2020 Toyota Camry with 70,000 miles lists for roughly $23,000 to $26,000. A used 2020 Chevrolet Malibu with 30,000 fewer miles on the odometer lists for $15,500 to $18,500. You are paying more money for more wear because of what is printed on the grille. Do that math a different way. You could buy the Malibu, put $3,000 aside for any repairs that come up, still have money left over, and come out ahead financially even if the Camry ends up being the better long-term car, which in this specific comparison, it may or may not be depending on the individual vehicle's history. If the Camry genuinely outlasts the Malibu in your specific situation, the premium may pay off. But if you are buying a 2019 Honda CR-V in a cold weather state and you do not know about the oil dilution problem, you have paid a reliability premium for a car with a confirmed reliability issue, that is brand loyalty, being used against you, and it is happening every day at dealerships across this country. The regional angle matters too, and it rarely gets discussed. If you live in Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, or the broader Midwest and South, GM, Ford, and Ram dealership and service networks are extremely dense. Parts availability is strong. Labor costs at independent shops familiar with these platforms tend to be lower in coastal cities, where the Japanese brand preference is stronger and inventory is concentrated. American brand service infrastructure may be thinner. Where you live genuinely affects which brand serves you better operationally, completely aside from the reliability data. If you are shopping in the $15,000 to $25,000 range and automatically ruling out American brands without checking the data, you are likely leaving money behind. If you are looking at a used Honda with a turbocharged engine or a CVT and you have not checked that specific model year's NHTSA complaint history, you may be walking straight into the problem you were trying to avoid by choosing a Japanese brand in the first place. That is the real trap. None of this means Japanese cars are suddenly unreliable. A used Toyota Corolla from 2016 through 2021 with the naturally aspirated 2-liter engine is still one of the most proven drivetrains in the American used car market. Full stop. A new Lexus is still genuinely excellent for long-term ownership. An older Honda Civic with a naturally aspirated engine from before 2018 is still a historically solid purchase. The point is not that Japanese brands are bad. The point is that blanket brand trust is a bad buying strategy in any direction. Stop buying brands and start buying specific vehicles. Check the NHTSA complaint database. It is free. It is at NHTSA.gov, and it will show you exactly what owners of that specific model year have been reporting. Look at Consumer Reports model-level reliability data, not brand averages. Search for technical service bulletins on the vehicle you are considering. These are the official documents automakers issue when a known problem needs a fix, and they tell you more than any sales pitch. And ask a local independent mechanic what they see coming through the shop on that particular model. Mechanics have no incentive. To protect brand reputations, they will tell you the truth. When a dealer tells you a used Japanese car is worth a premium because these things just last, that is sometimes accurate and sometimes a sales technique aimed at buyers who have not done their homework before walking through the door. The pitch works because the reputation is real enough to be believable, but it is also applied broadly to model years and specific variants where that reputation is not currently supported by the data. In 2024, you have NHTSA.gov, Consumer Reports, RepairPal, and IC cars before you ever step onto a lot. Use all of them. Never show up armed with only a brand reputation that was built in 1995. The reliability gap between Japanese and American vehicles is real. It is also shrinking, model-specific, and in some categories reversed. Paying a blanket premium for a Japanese badge without checking current data is a financial mistake that many buyers make every single week in this country. Some Japanese models have documented problems that directly contradict what the brand name implies. Some American models now genuinely outrank their Japanese counterparts in the most cited quality studies in the industry. The buyers who figure this out before they shop get better cars for less money. The ones who do not keep funding. A reputation from 30 years ago, the data is right there. The choice of whether to look at it is yours.